All right, come on, guys. AirPods.
All right, we are live. Welcome everyone. Happy Friday. Today we got a special episode. We got 3 guests on today. It's the first time doing this, so bear with me if anything happens. I mean, the first time I had 2 guests on was when I had Dimitri and Kyle, and we just had some positioning issues, but today it looks like everyone's centered here. But how you guys doing? You guys doing okay? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Because I put these headphones on. Did you?
Yeah,
hear me with these?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Let's see who's in the live chat here. Stefan, my man. Happy Friday. All right, Rayham.com. Good Friday, late morning. Welcome, Rayham.com. Oh, yeah. 5 more minutes to go, guys. Get your shouts out in the live chat. We'll be talking about how to conduct SEO tests with the Rank Advantage team. We got Moon, Kyle, and Dimitri. All have been past guests here on the show.
Yep.
So guys, since I guys just got a new computer, so I was just fixing this all up and get things set. So I will not be doing any videos, and I'm going straight into the interview. So I'm gonna go introduce the team and get things going. And we have a lot of things to cover.
Cool.
All right. Don't be shy, guys. I see a bunch of you out there. Say hi in the live chat. Let me know where you're watching from.
My hair is not looking as good as yours, Dre, especially with the headphones on. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Really nice weather here in Napa Valley area.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a bunch of rain in San Diego last week, but it's nice today. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's warm. I'm going to be heading out to Napa too. Got a hot date tonight.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't want to talk about
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
Except your date.
Yeah, I want to hear more about this, Dre.
I want to hear about,
Seriously.
step 1, what's step 1, what's step 2?
Maybe the show is
how
about
do you, what kind of
Dre's
data do you use? How do you analyze the location? What kind of SEO tactics do you use to find out your new location or the person? You know what I mean?
Yeah, how do you rank these? What are the ranking factors for the dates and the locations?
All right, guys. We got about
branding.
3.5 more minutes to go, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we have the Rank Advantage team, and we'll be talking how to conduct SEO tests. And we got a very special deal from them if you want to join the SEO community. All right. Let's see here. Oh, if you guys want a copy of the SEO in 2025 book, I have a few copies left behind me. So if you want a copy, send me an email at dre@seo.video of your mailing address. And you have to be in the United States because the book will cost a lot more. The shipping costs more if I ship it out of state. So if you're in the United States, send me your email address. Your mailing address at dre@seo.video for a copy of the SEO in 2025 book. Some great stuff in here. All right.
I was going to say, that book looks thick.
Oh, yeah, it's thick. Let's see here. Ooh, oh, we have a bunch of people already in here. The comments weren't coming in. We have Latanya. Hello. Natalie Pham. Happy Friday. I've got a bunch of folks. Rank Advantage. Kobe. Hello.
Hi, Kobe.
Anna Becker. Hello. All right, we got about 2 more minutes to go. And if you're just tuning in, we have our very first, 3 guests. We have 3 guests on today, all 4 of us. Hopefully this goes well. I would actually expect it to. We have some great information to share today on how to conduct your own SEO test with past guests. If you haven't seen it, check out Moon's episode. And we have also the Green Hat SEO team, Kyle and Dimitri, my very first double episode, or 2 people on that episode. All right.
Dating world,
threesome happening.
Yeah, we got a threesome. we got a foursome going on now. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna wear sunglasses for this entire thing. By the way, I'm just gonna put them on. I'm gonna be that guy. Is that all right, guys?
Rank Advantage, how to conduct SEO tests if you're just tuning in. Be sure to get your questions ready, and I will see you guys. I'm gonna put you guys on mute real quick as I get things ready, and I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, guys. If you're just tuning in, we have the whole Rank Advantage team with our very first 4-person episode. Be sure to check this one out. It's gonna be fun. A lot of information to be shared. I will not be going over any videos in the very beginning because we have a lot to cover, and I just got a new computer, so I had to set a lot of things up before this episode. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Yeah, hey, time to get it started, no delay, let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera, steady dropping knowledge, over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO, you will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started, a self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre de Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guests, and today we have 3 return guests, Moon, Kyle, and Demetria of Rank Advantage, and we'll be talking about SEO testing today. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in the chat. I see Hannah, Maddox, Luther, Fletcher, Ernesto, Kobe, Natalie, Natanya, Ray, Stefan, Kenneth. Woo! Thank you everyone for showing up. Oh shit. Oh. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you. Let's get on with the show.
Hey Dre, why do SEOs love the farmer's market? Lots of organic content.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go right into today's interview. We will be talking about how to conduct SEO tests with the Rank Advantage team. And so let's get on with the introduction. But before we do that, here's a word from our sponsor. Did you know a press release alone isn't enough? Visibility is key. You need a multi-platform strategy to share your story across news, audio, video, and social media. Welcome to Magic PR, where your press release transforms into a powerful media experience, maximizing exposure and engagement. We distribute your release to top outlets like Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, Business Insider, and more. Plus, your release is SEO optimized, ensuring better search rankings. But we don't stop there. We turn your press release into a podcast, distributing it across 25 platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. Then, we create a social media content for Facebook, X, and Instagram, and even transform your story into a video press release for YouTube and top media sites. Video drives over 80% of higher engagement, and short-form content is king. We make viral videos for your YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and more. At Magic PR, we don't just publish, we amplify. Get your press release seen, heard, and shared everywhere. Visit magicpr.com today and take your brand to the next level.
Rank Advantage is the ultimate SEO testing community where Moon and her team, Kyle and Dimitri, run 2 to 3 new SEO tests every month. They test everything from on-page, off-page, GBP, and local sites. Every month, they reveal results of 30, 60, and 90 days, giving SEO freelancers and agency owners data-driven insights to rank their clients higher. Please welcome Moon, Kyle, and Dimitri.
Welcome, everyone. What's up? Everyone's give a round of applause. All right, guys. Welcome. This is the first time having 3 guests on, and so this is going to be a very interesting episode. Welcome, everyone. And everyone here, if you haven't seen their episodes, Moon and Kyle and Dimitri both all have their own episodes on here. So we want to, if you want to learn more about what they have behind them, check those out. So, but before those that have not seen your guys' episode, let's do kind of a little quick round robin. Moon, can you give us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I don't know where to start, so I'm just gonna start randomly, right? So I have a degree in like computer science. I graduated with that, and after graduation, everybody was looking for jobs, and in a hurry, I took a customer service job at a hosting company, right? And there I learned a lot, but customer service is a very hard job. So soon after that, like 4 months into it, I quit and I started looking for another job, and I got hired by the local school district on the East Coast. That's where I used to reside back then. And so I got hired as a programmer, did my duties there for 2.5 years. And I would like, I don't know, that job had benefits. It had all the adult things people look for, safety nets. But I only had like 1 or 2 hours of work, actual work to do, and then I would be really bored. So then, one thing led to another, and I found out about how to make money online with websites, with this thing called SEO. And before you knew it, like I threw up like 7 to 10 WordPress websites and just started playing with like on-page SEO and learning about SEO and, joining different groups and stuff. And then shortly after that, like 2.5 years later, I moved out to San Diego. And then within a few months, like I started acquiring like freelancing projects from local businesses. So that's my story in a nutshell.
Love it, love it. For some reason, I was thinking Phoenix, Arizona, maybe because it's like, but
I get that a lot.
you are in San Diego, and our buddies from Green Hat SEO have also been here on the show. Let's start off with Kyle. Kyle, let us know how you got started in SEO.
Yeah, so built my first website in 97 when I was 12 years old. Started ranking websites purposefully in 98 and started selling ads on those sites when I was in high school. So it's been nearly 30 years for me. Yeah, and then I started focusing on local SEO and GBPs maybe 10 years ago. But I've done everything from local SEO, GBPs, SEO to multi, to like 9-figure worldwide companies. So there really isn't anything I haven't done with SEO.
Love that. Love it. Love it. All right, Dimitri, on to you.
Yeah, I started in 2015. It all came out of curiosity, just saying like, hey, there's a way to make money with this. And started small, started working hard, started meeting people. But the part that I love most about SEO is like what we're doing now is just there's a community, there's an opportunity to talk to people, to learn from people. And just want to say thanks for having us on, and thanks for, having everyone on that you have on so that we can learn from them. So thank you.
Love it, love it. Okay, let's get right into Rank Advantage. Moon, can you tell us a little bit more about how this all started?
Oh my God, I don't know where to start. So Rank Advantage Phoenix. All right, before it was even called that, right?
Okay.
Like me, Kyle, and Dimitri met up at Dimitri's place. Like we've all met up in person a few times by now. And I think it was probably from the start, like the very first night we started, we talked about like SEO things. We talked about ghosts, aliens, back to SEO. It was everywhere, right? And I think the one theme that stood out was like SEO testing. Like we would all just get excited about, oh, what have we observed when we did this or that or whatever, right? So, and Kyle also revealed to me that in the past, I don't know how long ago this was, but he had his own testing community a while back. So, things are kind of in my head. And by the time I think we met up the second time around, I was like, you guys, our eyes light up when we talk about SEO testing. Why don't I start a group like around SEO testing, and Kyle and Dimitri can help me, run the tests as well, because there's only so much I can do, right? You have one person versus you have 3 knowledgeable people who can question each other, who can bounce ideas off of each other. And so before you know it, Rank Advantage Phoenix, that's the whole name, but it's a mouthful. So we're going to go with Rank Advantage. Rank Advantage is born. You know what I mean? So
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Kyle, I'm curious, what was the, were you doing do you have a company that you were doing tests with, or was it just, just testing on your own, some personal stuff?
Yeah, no, it was Yeah, a couple of years ago, and yeah, I had my own Discord group and everything, but
Okay.
it got way
Okay.
too big. Yeah, like it was, because I'm doing that plus running an agency, doing all these other things. So I had to offload that. But like Moon was saying, like we were getting together at Dimitri's house, and we were just like at his, in his backyard grilling everything, talking about, oh yeah, so we tested this and we got these results, and like, oh, I tested this and I got these results, and we're like, well, let's get together and let's just start testing all these things.
Got it.
Right.
Love
So
that,
it was,
yeah.
I just, I kind of missed it. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So, like, before we get started, so what are some of the biggest SEO myths or assumptions you've debunked through testing?
Biggest SEO myths that we've debunked through testing. Well, one thing that we do. So one thing that I think we have tested previously, and that we do for our clients is that you don't need to get a high DR or high DA link to rank. Like you're just wasting money doing that. Like if you use SEO, and we've proven this time and time and time again, to where we've gone up against these sites where, like, we had a client who was like, oh, I got this $5,000 link on USA Today, and we're like, okay, cool. Well, we're using SEO Neo at a tenth of the price to rank over here. So getting one high DA or DR link or whatever, a lot of times does not mean nearly as much as having, a quantity of links that are relevant to that page, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So time and time again, we've proven this, that people are just wasting money on their links, and they're doing link building all wrong. Yeah.
Got it. Nice little notch bomb right there. Okay, let's dive into your guys' process. I mean, how do you guys decide like what's SEO tests to like run each month? Dimitri.
My thing is this, is that I just, there's always an issue that we have, right? There's a problem, right? Like, and then we're trying to solve that problem for a client. And so that's where all the tests come from. We're just like, okay, well, all right. Well, I think that, because don't we just test naturally anyway, right? Isn't that what we do? It's not like there's a formula for everything, right? We have to figure out the formula, right? And then it changes, the variables change. So what we do is we say, all right, well, you know what? All right, let's go and see what happens if we run like a meta ad towards this using this kind of a link. And then we, on this page, we do have SEO, like an SEO ad page, or we don't have one, or we have like just a regular GBP. What kind of results do we get? And then that's what we're finding. It's very interesting, right? And we're actually using on like either GBPs that we own, right? Like not real clients, or I'll be using some of them on some of the clients that we have that, but doing good in the process. You know what I mean? So
sometimes Dimitri's like, can you believe what these idiots are saying? I was just on this Facebook post. These idiots are saying this. We gotta prove them wrong. We're gonna test this.
So, yeah, we go off the rails a little bit sometimes, but that's what makes it interesting, I think, is like, we'll hit record, we'll start talking, right? It's like an organic discussion around SEO or the issues we're having with clients or whatever. And then before you know it, Dimitri's like, well, I want to test this. And Kyle's like, well, I want to test this thing. And I'll be like, okay, I'll test this thing. So you have 3 new tests happening every month.
Got it. That's where I see you guys. Okay. Love it. So if you, so what are some of the key factors you consider when you're setting up an SEO test?
Key factors. Well, so one thing that I think a lot of people get wrong is setting up tests when there's, in a way that there's already going to be a lot of noise in the data.
Yeah.
So, using like lorem ipsum text, isn't clean text, right? Because there's so much lorem ipsum out there. Google knows what this all is, right?
Yeah.
So we create 100% just gibberish, completely clean, never before seen keywords, never before seen text or whatever. So we get the most uniqueness out of these pages and stuff.
Okay.
And then when we test GBPs, we have our own GBPs and stuff that we test, and we've got dummy GBPs and stuff. So we choose ones that are like for like. This one was launched February 10th, 2024. This one was launched February 11th, 2024. Same main category. Cool. We'll test these together. One ranking factor against the other for that one. But on top of that too, doing single variable tests in a lab in a very controlled environment doesn't really mean a whole bunch when there's so many more variables that Google has, right?
Yeah.
So we take these tests that we have in the single variable test in our controlled environment, and then we just like unleash them on the world, right? And it's not like we're doing, oh, we do one test, 30 days, boom, there's your data. We're doing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, so we can see how things evolve over time, right? So that's really where our tests, I think, are going to be the most valuable for business owners, because we're not just some like academics in the lab talking about theory and stuff. Like, we're taking what we think is theory and applying it to a real world situation, taking that data and extrapolating it and saying, here, guys, here's what you should be doing. Like, here's how business owners can rank higher on the silver platter. Just
Love that.
Yeah, and like Kyle was saying, the whole lorem ipsum thing.
Yeah, that was a good call out.
I did a keyword density test, and that directly applied to it, because I was like, oh, I'm going to use some lorem ipsum text on there. And Kyle's like, hold on a minute. Google already has data on this. You need to create like a whole article that's made out of gibberish words or whatever. And God knows that took a couple hours. And it was very dull to do, but it needed to be done. You know what I mean? But that's the advantage of doing this with other people, for me personally, because they can poke holes and they can, we can challenge each other as well.
Love that. So, I mean, what are some other tips you think that can, like, really isolate variables? Because, like Kyle, you were mentioning, like, there's other variables there, but so make sure that tests are accurate. I mean, like, are there any other like ways you can isolate certain variables to make sure that you're testing the right thing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's only so many things we can do, but keeping everything as like I said, like for like as possible really is the key, which is hard when you're testing with GBPs, because 5-6 years ago, it was super easy to get GBPs, and now like it's nearly impossible. So really, you're never going to get two GBPs that are exactly the same that you can use as control. So it really is just finding GBPs that are going to be as alike as possible. Like, if anybody out there wants to test, and you've got a couple of GBPs, like, make sure they're in the same main category, make sure they have roughly the same amount of reviews. Make sure that they have roughly the same amount of citations out there and stuff like that. So it's hard, and this is why like not everybody tests, because trying to nail down all these variables is just tedious. And
Excellent.
All right. Yes. That makes a lot of sense right there. So, I'm curious, because you said it takes a lot of time, like, creating gibberish. I mean, are there any like tools or software that you guys are using to like help with your testing? Like, any tools that you guys recommend that you guys are using right now?
Like,
man, I wish
to
there were
create the
tools.
gibberish
Or anything.
We're
Yeah,
creating our own tools. We're creating our own tools for this. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, I mean, like we're just using WordPress. I mean, there's really nothing. I mean, we're create like our own GPTs or our own something that like.
Oh, okay.
That can measure stuff.
Yeah, for the article, like, I had to go online and search for like random word generator, like fake word generator. And kind of put that together, which is what took time, because I was looking for something that would piece together sentences, and I couldn't find that quite. So I had to put words together manually myself into a 1,000-word article, and then, get the keyword density right. Like, I did a keyword density test, and you had the control page at 0%, which means nothing. The keyword wasn't, put in the content. Then you had 1%, 2%, 3%, all the way to 10%, 13%, 15%, 17%, 20%, and then 60% for fun. So when Kyle says it is a lot of work to do this and it's tedious, he's correct. Like, I didn't realize what I was stepping into for just one test. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's fun. It's fun.
There's an article today in I forgot where, and Kyle was like, oh, check it out, because he and I have been like battling it out, and I've been saying, like, listen, you can put geo and EXIF data into a photo and put it onto a page, and then you can like rank that in the images. And he's like, no, you can't. I'm like, yes, you can. And so we'll start arguing over it, and I'll be like, all right, well, let's do it, and I'll show him how to do it. And so then today we saw something in what was it, one of those search engine journal. I was like, oh yeah, can you rank photos? And I'm like, yeah, you can, because I did it already with one of these tests, a test website that we're doing, like a branding thing.
Yeah.
And it's there, but like there's a couple of things. Already. What happened, me?
Yeah, dropping some knowledge bombs there.
I know, yeah. That's dropping some knowledge bombs. I was like,
No. Just saying,
you got the dog excited.
You want to know where this comes from. Where this comes from is this: like, no one wants. I don't want to watch some, myself, just in boring, like, oh yeah, and today, and here's our hypothesis, and here's this.
Yeah.
Because it all comes from like, hey, like Dre, if you were hanging out with us right now, for real, let's say in person, we'd be talking about what you're doing for your one client. I'm like, you know what? I bet we could do this, this, and this. And next thing you know, there's our test. And then you're like, you know what? Moon goes, yeah, you know what? All right, fine. We'll take this, this, and this. And then that's where it comes from, because it really comes from just life. Like, it's real. Yep. It's not just us like, well, let's see what we can think about today.
Love
it. I think that's a lot of. I think that's how a lot of things go. I mean, like, like it comes from scientists just wondering, like, what if or why. That's how a lot of these good tests come about. Like, just asking why or what if.
I'm curious because you did bring up a good point on actual testing GBPs. I don't know anyone really testing that because it is hard, right? Because you have to have certain variables. Can you kind of walk us through like a real world example of a successful test you set up, and how it was done with doing a GBP for those that want to kind of test the GBP?
Yeah. So I don't want to. So okay.
Go ahead.
What's
sorry. I was going to say, why don't you talk about?
All right, Moon.
Yeah. Okay, so
you're done.
Okay,
Bueller.
Yes, we did. One of the tests that we did that I've gotten authorization to talk about is testing out different citations, right?
Oh.
So, so we need to find some clean GBPs, right?
Okay.
Which took me about a day and a half to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I found GBPs that were in the same main category, just a couple miles away from each other. They both had, I think, 2 reviews. Both of them had only one-page websites linked to their GBP, and both of them had just Manta and Yelp citations, right? Both of them. So they're almost, for all intents and purposes, equally as SEO'd. Right. Neither of them had the keyword in the title. They both only had 2 images on their GBPs. So I was like, okay, perfect. We're going to test what different citations do to which GBPs, right? So we tested. Okay, so if we got just a ton of directory citations, or if we just got a few yuck citations, like which one is going to push more power? And I mean, it was clear. Like in 30 days. One of them you saw just turning yellows and oranges, and the others just stayed basically red, except for right on top of their actual location. Right. So it took me a day and a half to find these GBPs, but it was worth it because I got the data that I needed, and now we can take these to our clients and be like, okay, so we're gonna save budget here. We're gonna do these things. The next thing I'm gonna do is okay, so what happens if I do a little something else to these citations? Can we get more power that way? Yeah. So, I mean, one thing, we found is these citations by themselves will help in about 1.5 to 2 mile radius from what we're seeing. Outside of that, you're gonna need a lot more stuff going on there. But and this is for in a competitive area. This is in a city of 500,000 people. There's probably closer to 700,000 people in the actual area. So it was a pretty competitive GBP and everything. So obviously, if you're trying to rank for best left-handed poodle groomer in Petticoat Junction, you're going to see different results, right?
So this is you just actually brought up something really interesting, because when you're testing, you're actually just kind of looking at some not necessarily GBPs you own, but just looking GBPs out there that are very, very similar, and then you'll kind of hook someone up randomly, or is that how you guys are testing?
Sometimes, yeah. We have our own dummy GBPs, but like I said, there's only so many GBPs that we have because they're so hard to get to. So
yeah, exactly.
There are some times where, we'll go grab some other ones and test on those.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because, you're helping them out anyways, right? So, either way, you're sending different citations, so it's either going to benefit them or probably one more or the other. So, it's good.
Yeah,
we're helping these guys out. They should be thankful.
Yeah.
We're doing SEO for them at this point. That's going to yield positive, effects. So
that does happen because I have another show, that the GBP row show, and when we actually analyze the GBP, they actually get hooked up with all the engagement that's happening, that people are looking at their GBP profiles. So it's like, we're here to like, even that's like unintentionally, but we're actually helping them out. So you guys look like
just
you're
to be
helping them
clear, like if we do anything that could potentially burn a GBP or something, it's one of the ones that we like create on our own. We don't ever do it on someone else's business. That's like, that's like bad karma, But yeah, we do it. We just stuff that we know. Like if you put citations towards somebody, you're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got it.
What was the result of the citation?
Gaurav asks, sorry, I missed that. What was the result of the citation? Did you give it that?
Do we want to give that one away? Or do we guys join the group for that one?
What do you think, Dimitri? Should we give the one?
I don't
this
know. Well,
one
let's
test result
wait till
out?
the end of the show to give it away.
All right. Let's stay. Yes, there you go. There you go. Gaurav.
Gaurav, you're gonna have to watch the rest of the show, man.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah,
I love that. Yes,
oh, wait,
yes.
Wait. And Gaurav, one thing real quick. I want you to like and share this video and tell everyone how much you love Drake.
Yeah, man. You're hooking me up. You're hooking me up.
Brother.
Thank you, Dimitri. There we go. Love it.
Okay.
All right. So you actually kind of brought up another kind of a segue to my next question, because how are you like determining the challenge between like external factors, right? Like how are you how do you handle challenges like external ranking factors interfering with some test results? Like how like if someone's visiting, like when we talk about it on a show, it's like you can like how do you really just kind of keep it on the hush hush? I'm curious.
What do you mean, like the
yeah? So
GBP?
we don't like talk about these. Like so these GBPs we keep them all anonymized. Whenever we obviously Dimitri and Moon are knowing what GBPs I'm working on, and me and Moon know what GBPs Dimitri's working on. But the test group, we don't let anybody know what GBPs these are. Obviously, when you're testing out in the wild like this, which is what this is. This was an observation that we did. We tested out in the wild. You can't completely control for everything. So the guy who won, he could have had all of a sudden 50 people hitting driving directions over to his location. Yeah. We won't know about that. But these guys were ranking so low, they're ranking 20 plus on the geogrids. I highly doubt that anybody else was looking for them and driving over to them. So it's one thing that you can try to control as best you can, but you're not going to be able to control it 100% out in the wild.
Love it.
And let me throw this one out here. So there's one of our tests is a bar in New York City, and Kyle was saying, hey, you could take this link in the URL for a GBP link, and then I was basically running ads to that exact link, but adding some keywords into the link, right? So it's when you have the geo something, and then you have bar name plus this plus and then plus the keyword, right? And then what happened was, I'm like, let's just see what happens. And then here's where the data comes in. You saw an incredible increase in CTR and all this stuff on Google Search Console, and it wasn't related. It wasn't related at all to those searches.
Okay.
Getting any UTMs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You were just getting straight up people searching for it, because what that means is we uncovered another way to then basically improve branding.
Yep. Love it. So I'm curious now, how do you determine which tests actually run for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, or they all run that long and you just check in? How does that work?
And we just do whatever we feel like doing, Dre. We 30, 60, 90. Let's just be real, man. Come on. We're just, what it is this. We're having fun and we're getting real results.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what we're doing.
Well, yeah.
They all run for 90 days. Yeah.
Okay, so
most of them are going to run for 90 days. I didn't put that much work into keyword density to stop at 30 or 60 days. That thing can sit there for 90 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think some things don't get caught up in the algorithm right away, and you just need to let them kind of simmer and do their thing, and let's see what happens. But
and
really, it comes from a discussion. Yeah, go.
I also want to make this clear. It's Moon's group. So, I mean, it's Moon's show. It's the Moon show. But I kind of do whatever I want. But if Moon says it's done in 90 days, then it's done in 90 days. I just want to make that clear. But, in my head, it's done whenever, because I'm going to keep on going.
Love it.
I feel you know what I mean? But it's Moon's. I mean, you get what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I'm sorry. It was misleading.
Love it.
I mean, personally, I've had tests going on for 5 years at this point. I have what I call canary. I've had what I call canary sites, to where I tuned it in a very specific way so that I know if that drops, well, that's the canary in the coal mine that Google's going to be rejiggering the algorithm. Like I've literally had this for 5 years. Like one of the ones I've had for going for 5 years was just pure AI content. Like as soon as OpenAI API came out, I was like, we're going balls to the wall with this, right? So I created a 50-page site with 100% just generic OpenAI content. And at a certain, like, it was ranking just fine. Literally, like, this thing was getting leads and shit. And then at a certain point, it dropped from, like, average of 5 to, like, down to, like, 40. I was like, okay, now Google is hitting AI content.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I've had those going on for, like, 5 years at this point. So I can see exactly what Google's doing.
Love it. Okay. Let's go into, like, your hypotheses. I mean, do you actually have predefined, like, success metrics when you're testing? Or, I mean, or you just kind of, like, obviously, yeah. I mean, when you test, you need to have like some type of hypothesis, but do you actually have some like predefined success metrics where you define like, okay, this is definite?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I mean, because I think you're the one who kind of tells me what, like you say, I have to like make sure I do something. And I'm like, yeah, and then I do it. So like, I don't know. What would you say?
Yeah. So within each episode, like when we do when we talk about like what we're going to test or whatever, like we'll also say what we think is going to happen, right? Like, and then the other two people are like, well, I don't think so, or this is what I think is going to happen. So we do some form of hypotheses in there. It's just not like we're boring old men with lab coats on and have a very strict hypothesis. We discuss things out. We definitely have like, oh, I think this is what is going to happen.
Got it. And so, I mean, like, how are you like tracking like all this stuff? You have a spreadsheet and saying, hey, on this date this happened? Or like, how are you kind of keeping track and keeping log of all your tests and like kind of like what you're seeing?
Yeah. Well, what I'm doing, like, we do have spreadsheets and stuff with all of our tests on them. And then, when we do the rank tracking, that has a timestamp and everything. And then we're also creating videos. Like, we actually create videos going over what we're seeing, what our tests are. So that's also the log right there too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So within the group, you actually kind of document everything with what you guys are doing. You talk about it, and it's all done with video. So it's like
right. So like in the last episode, me and Dimitri agreed to have a branding competition for our name searches. So when you search Moon Hussein, I'm necessarily not the only Moon Hussein in the world, apparently. Apparently there's quite a few other ones, and they kind of come on top of my properties. And then same for Dimitri, right? What we've done is, or what I've done so far, and Dimitri will be doing soon, is like we've each individually shot videos on what we're going to do over the next 90 days or so, right? And then upload that video. And as it goes on, we'll be discussing the results at what happened at 30 days, what happened at 60 days, and hopefully that I beat Dimitri by 90 days. You know what I mean? So we're documenting
those dogs, man. Those dogs, Jesus.
I'm getting excited.
They're like, man, like so excited to hear Moon talk about testing.
Yeah.
Like these dogs just pumped.
Branding. Let's do it.
I'm pretty excited. I searched Moon Hussein. I see our SEO video show episode up on there top ranking. There you go.
I'm gonna try to push it up number 1. There you
go. There you guys go. If you guys want to be the page 1 of your brand, be on the SEO video show, just as everyone here has. Love
actually,
it.
that's a fact.
Is
That
it?
is a fact.
Yeah, it
I
is.
was searching myself, and I was like, "Oh, there I am." I was like, "Holy!" So yeah, it's actually true.
Search for your name, and you'll be surprised. Like you'll just be surprised. And like something what you deem simple, like branding is super important with local SEO as well, right? Like and just the fact that me and Dimitri are doing it, you're going to see different strategies and what worked really well and what didn't. There's just so much there, I think.
Yep. Love that. So I'm curious now, let's go into like the different types of SEO tests you guys have been doing. I mean, so you guys do what? On page, off page, local SEO, GP, like what are some different types of tests you guys are conducting to get some ideas for others to test themselves?
Man, just it's usually just like whatever we talk about. We get together and we just talked and like, yeah, we should test this. Yeah.
Well, to be specific, I guess, like we'll do literally on page, we'll literally do off page, and we'll do meta. I haven't come
Meta.
up with like a Google. I haven't come up with a Google Ads test yet because, whatever. But I mean, I'm going to do tests like this. Like, hey, you don't want to know? I'm going to tell you guys right now. I just thought of this, and this is what's going to happen. Here's what I think. Okay, I think that landing pages that are just like anyone who uses regular landing page, like, oh, I'm going to do a GHL landing page. I think that hurts you when you're doing like regular, PPC. So I'm going to basically create a test where I have one landing page with like a PPC, sort of like just PPC straight up to a separate landing page, let's say, and then one to like an actual like website page that's been SEO'd, right? And then just see what happens. Because my theory is that, for example, you're going to get more interaction because people are going there, especially if the website's actually done well or like maybe like has like a good UX, right? Guess what? People are going to be coming over there. They're going to be seeing it, right? They're going to be like searching for it. And so, I mean, I'm sure people think about that all the time, right? But like, how do we then test whether or not that actually works, And I mean, I think that's interesting. Maybe someone else doesn't.
Yeah,
maybe someone can make a comment right now, be like, yo, that's boring. I don't know. Or someone could tell us, hey, I would love to know what is interesting. What's that? 100%.
100% use an SEO page that is well optimized for CRO. Landing pages just for PPC is worthless.
See, that's what I think, man. I agree.
There you go. From JP, my man. JP.
JP, you just told me not to do it. Thank you. See, I just saved some time. But like, JP, is there something that you'd be interested in testing? That's what I want to know, because that's actually it. Because at the end of the day, it's not even about being a part of Moon's group. It's more about like, what can I do better for my own clients? So like, JP, if you have something that you are interested in testing, let me know, because we'll do it for fun, because I mean, that's just part of what it's all about. Like,
love that.
Let's make it better for everyone,
Yeah.
Love it.
And just to get into specific tests, like I was doing and it's still running, keyword density test, but the keyword is not being used in the meta title, H1, or the URL. Kyle's, there will be another test where I do use it in those places as well. And then Kyle did his first test was doing citations to a GBP versus data aggregator to see which one performs better, that he talked about already. And his first one was like string manipulation with keywords in it and then running meta ads, right? And the second one, I think, is a set of tests, like Kyle is doing RDF triples, and me and Dimitri are doing a branding competition. The next set is probably going to be a bunch of GBP stuff, all three of us, probably.
Man, there's a lot going on there. All right. So let's get back. Let's see. I'm curious now, like when it comes to like getting results, are you seeing things like faster from like doing on page tests versus like off page tests? Like what I'm curious, what are you guys seeing there? Is there like getting seeing differences? Or
well,
I don't know.
It's I mean, they're two different things. I don't really know if you can compare them. Because they're so just completely different.
I think
like
we've all gotten.
Go ahead.
We've all gotten some kind of results within 30-day mark.
Okay.
So I know I keep talking over Kyle. I'm so
it's just
sorry.
So funny. It's just so funny. Because he said the fourth. He's like, first time I'm doing a fourth thing, and it's like, you know what, Kyle, when she talks, shut up. That's what you need to know. When Moon's talking, shut up. Yeah. It's called rank. What is it? Rank Advantage? I forgot. Is it Rank Advantage Phoenix? All right. It's rank. Just leave it alone, Kyle. Just let the Phoenix spread her wings. Kyle. She's not talking, then you're gonna get a cue for Dre. But go ahead. That's
I need. That's. I had to get that one in there.
I apologize. Please go ahead. Kyle, please don't interrupt her again. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, watch yourself.
All right. Let's go into a more of like, let's say like when it comes to people conducting tests. I mean, what are you seeing? Like people are like common mistakes that people are doing. Like you're saying like they're doing a test and you can see a hole in their test. Like, dude, your test is not going to work because it's you see the certain like hole or within their tests. Like what's some common like mistakes that you see people doing when they're doing tests?
I'm going to tell you the truth, Dre. I'm going to just answer this right away. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. So, I'm like the least SEO of these two SEOs, right? You know what I mean? And like I'm less like in the scene, so to speak. And so I think I just want to emphasize one thing. For me, it's really just more about like I feel like everyone that does this, in my opinion, is just curious. They love it. They want to learn, right? And I think that's just what it really comes down to, man. Like, I mean, I didn't just learn SEO, by the way, just magically. I watched other people and I took other people's courses. And of course, each person I learned something from or whatever, and what like, and like they must have done some kind of a test to be able to accomplish that thing. And then I picked up from that. And so I just really think that's what it is. And to answer your question, I can't, but I'm sure they too, both of them can, but whatever.
Boone, Kyle, like anything that you're saying as a
Yeah.
common hole?
For me, at least, it's only testing in the lab and not doing any real world tests, right? The other thing I've seen people do is actually try testing on their own client sites. Like, there's so much noise in that data, you can't really like extrapolate anything from there, right? So those are the two biggest things that I see. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So I'm curious now. Since let's talk about the community here. Like, so you guys have a private community. So I'm curious. Like, you're going to be sharing a few. Like, for those that was Gaurav, if when he waits, so you'll be sharing a few results here. But I'm curious, what results do you share publicly, and what are the ones that you actually share within the group? Like, are there certain different tests that you would like kind of keep close to yourselves or to the group?
So the test results really are for the paid community, but today we're going to give out one of them if Gaurav makes it to the end of the episode, apparently. But so you have the main episode, right? Like where me, Kyle, and Dimitri are just talking about hot topics, and then we arrive to what tests we're doing. We kind of distribute that everywhere, that, because there's so many topics we talk about that could be helpful for other people, and what tests we'll be running next. So those go in our groups, free groups as well. But the actual revealing of the test results is done within the private community. It's really for people, who want access to that.
Love that. And guys, I believe the community. So tell us. So first of all, like, how can people find this community? Like, what's the website? It's actually rankadvantagephoenix.com, right? And we actually have a special link for us out here, because I believe you charge $2.99. Is it $2.99 or $1.99?
Yeah, regular pricing is $2.99 per month, but for your audience, it's $99 per month, as long as they go through the link and the discount code I provided for your community. So it'll be $99 per month.
And guys, you can check it out in the live chat right now. And if you're watching the replay, I will put it in the comments below for that live link where you can get quick access to this community. So when it comes to, for those out there also, if you have any questions for the guests out here, please ask them in the live chat while we come close to the end of our episode here. So I want to go into more of, do you see anything else like the future of testing becoming more data driven or AI assisted? I know you said you actually start using AI to help with some tests as well. Like, how does AI play within your testing?
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I have some websites that are strictly AI content, and that's how I could tell exactly when Google was starting to demote just shitty unoptimized AI content, right? And that's why, I knew, like a year and a half ago, there were these YouTubers who were like, oh yeah, you just create these mass page sites with ChatGPT and they'd be ranking everywhere. And I'm like, I don't think so, buddy. And then you saw them just get absolutely slapped down by Google and they lost everything. And I was like, well, I could have told you that because I've been running these tests for 5 years, right? But we do use AI in just small things here and there, like helping with create content and stuff like that. Obviously, we're going to be expanding it more as we do more tests, right? But for right now, it's just small parts here and there. Yeah.
Love it. And also, after you find a test, are you guys implementing this or telling your group, implementing it right away? Like, what is the time that once you find a test, you share it, and do you leave it up to the person to go ahead and do it, or do you kind of give some warning?
Yeah,
some kind of
okay. It starts off with trust, and then you hand out warnings. No, I'm just kidding. No, we have a mutual discussion. We're not as long as our tests start like within a few days of each other because it makes, shooting the test results at the 30-day mark easier, right? Like if I start my test a month ahead of these two, like that's not very productive, right? Like the timeline isn't the same. So usually we're within like a couple days of each other. And then, if someone hasn't started something, like I'll say it with urgency, like, hey, you need to get going. Like we need to have this,
You're talking to me? Or who are you talking to?
I mean, take notes, Dimitri. Take
The very
notes.
pointed remark.
Oh man, love it. So this actually, I didn't see any questions come in. This it's coming to the end of our episode. This is the first time we've actually had 3 guests, and it looks like we made it, but no technical difficulties. I think everything went pretty clean here. Love it, right? So any last words to make this episode feel complete for you, Moon? Let's start with you.
Like, are we talking about words of wisdom, or are we talking
Anything
about, like,
you want to
rank
say?
advantage?
You could drop
Okay.
your socials. You can plug anything you want, whatever you want to say.
Sure. So I founded my community, and it's called Local SEO Phoenix on Facebook. So come and hang out. It's full of small business owners, SEOs. Everyone's like engaged in super cool discussions. So come and hang out with me. I'm there every day, which might sound loserish or amazing. I don't know which way to paint it, but come by, hang out, and of course check out Rank Advantage Phoenix. Ask me any questions.
The dogs love a Moon when she speaks, right?
Every single time. Jesus.
Kyle, any last words for the audience here?
Yeah. I mean, don't just rely on what everybody else is saying. Like, do your own testing and stuff. Like that's how you become a better SEO. You don't rely on secondhand information. You don't listen to whatever dickhead is saying something on Twitter. Like, you go out, get your hands dirty, break things, and then figure out how to fix those. And that's how you become the best SEO.
Love it, Dimitri.
Yeah, and it's a passion, I think, and regardless, like, I think it would be a lot more fun if we had people, like asking questions or bringing up topics that then we can then extrapolate into a test. And I think that's just really what it is. And so, regardless, I mean, Kyle and I are having fun. We appreciate Moon, right? Thank you, for letting us be a part of the Phoenix, right? But really, it's more of just like, I would love, Dre, if you said, hey, I'd love for you to tell me, like, I'm curious about this, that'd be awesome. Because then I'd love to be able to then turn that into a test of some kind that's then meaningful to you, not just something that we do that we come up with. So, like, if you could actually tell us, would there be something you're interested in us doing? Tell me, because I'd love to do it.
All right, I will. I'll definitely keep that that option open there. So everyone, let's give a round of applause. Thank you, family. Can you hold on for one quick second? Hold on for one quick second before I sign off. Hold on. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And be sure to visit our sponsors. Visit magicpr.com. Use code SEO show for 10% off at magicpr.com and oneof10.com. Oneof10.com. Go to seo.video/views or seo.video/more views for more views on YouTube. Till next time, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Oh, hey, be sure to check out the GBP Roast show. You can see you back every Wednesday. GBP Roast. So JP, thank you for reminding me to check out the GBP Roast show every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace out. Oh man, I don't have my away. I just set up my new computer. Oh, peace out, guys. I'm just gonna end this right here. Peace.